Hi, this is Ms. Horton. This is a video key for pre-algebra exit ticket 35.1, and we're going to consider what are the sine, cosine, and tangent of angle A. Well, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so that's going to be the opposite angle, the opposite side. Side opposite of of A, and that's going to be the hypotenuse, and so we're going to have a sine which is going to be 3 over 5 or 60 or 0.6. 0.6. So that's the sine of A. Okay. Sine of A equals 3 over 5 or 0.6. Cosine of A is going to be the adjacent. Now, which one is the adjacent? This is the adjacent. The hypotenuse already has a job, so it's adjacent over hypotenuse. So the cosine is going to be, I'll actually say this, opposite over hypotenuse, which will equal that. And this will be adjacent over hypotenuse, and that's going to equal 4 over 5, which will be 0.8. So that's going to be 4 over 5. Now the tangent, scroll down a little bit, tangent of A is going to equal opposite over adjacent. And so that's going to equal 3 over 4. 3 over 4, which is 0.75. And with that information, you can get a reasonable estimate of those angles using a trig table. So I invite you to do that with the document we've got. Now, what are the sine, cosine, and tangent for angle C? Now, you might immediately think, okay, I got to use this 13, but this 13 over here is not the opposite side for a triangle C. If we're looking for sine and cosine, we need to drop a perpendicular here, drop an altitude from A down to BC. And when we do that, we bisect BC, and BC becomes 5 and 5. And since 5 and 13 are part of a special a Pythagorean triple family, I should say, so we can do the 5, 12, 13. So the altitude is 12. So the sine of C is going to be the opposite over the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is 13, and 5 is the adjacent to C. What am I doing? That's a terrible spelling of adjacent. That's not how adjacent is spelled at all. Oop. I tricked myself because I was saying the letter C in the middle of saying that. And this is the opposite. This is, of course, just the opposite relative to C. If I were concerned with this angle here, this would be the opposite, and 12 would be the adjacent. So it's all relative to your reference angle. So our sine of C is going to equal 12 over 13 because it's opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine of C is going to equal adjacent over hypotenuse, so that's going to be 5, because that's the adjacent, 5 over 13. And our tangent of C is going to equal opposite over adjacent, and that's going to be 12 over 5, which is going to be 2.4. Okay, I hope that was helpful.